In question 23, we're given this line and we're told that it's 800 meters long and it's not to scale. So what they're saying is don't use a ruler to try to measure and work out the distances. So we have to do a calculation. So we're told that the distance from P to R is 800 meters. And we're also told that the distance from point P to point Q, so that's from there to there, is 4 times greater than from there to there. So let me say that again. The distance from P to Q is 4 times greater than the distance from Q to R. So what they're saying is if this is one step or one part, this distance here will be 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the statement that Olivia makes is that the distance from P to Q is 600 meters. Now we need to explain why Olivia isn't correct. A simple way of doing this is to have a look at these two. The distance between P and R is 800 meters. And we're told that there's 5 steps in between because that's the original step and these are your other 4 steps. And they're all supposed to be the same length. So we're going to divide 800 by 5. Now what I like to do is this, 800 divided by 5. It's raining. So I'm going to build a bus shelter. 800 is getting wet, so that goes inside. And the 5 goes outside. Now how many 5s are there in 8? There's one lot of 5. Remainder 3. And the remainder gets carried over to the next column. So that becomes 30. So let me do that with dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many 5s are there in this group of 8? So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put that into group of 5. So there's one group that goes there. And there's a remainder of 1, 2, 3. And that goes there. Now how many 5s are there in 30? Now if you know your 5 times table, you know that's 6. Finally, how many 5s are there in 0? 0. So our answer is 160. Now what does that 160 mean? That means that every one of these parts is equal to 160. So for example, this distance between Q and R is 160 meters. This distance is 160 meters. This distance is 160. This distance is 160. And this distance is 160. Now Olivia says that the distance from P to Q is 600. So let's add 160, 160, 160, 160 to see what we get. So I'll do it as column addition. 160, 160, 160, 160. First column is 0. Now the second column, if you know your 6 times tables, this is easy. 6, 12, 18, 24. So I put the 4 down and I carry the 2 to the next column. So let me just write it there. So the final column is 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the 2 we've carried over is 6. So that is 640 meters altogether. So Olivia said that it's 600 meters, but we've just calculated it and it is 640 meters. So that's why she's not correct. The mistake Olivia's made is what she's done is she's divided P to R into 4 pieces because it's 4 times the distance. What she should have done is divided P to Q into 4 pieces. So she should have taken this distance and halved it again. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And then this here is your 5th piece.